Hello everybody, Carl Jones here. Welcome to the Banjo installment for Patreon.com, our Diddyville channel there. And we got the tune of the month is Colored Aristocracy. Erynn's playing on the fiddle and I've done some mandolin and now I'm banjoing it here. So in the key of G, we're in a G tuning. So let's see how G-like we sound together. And I'll start off doing a little bit of the melody. And then I'll come back around with the chords. And the nice thing about knowing the chords to a tune is sometimes a melody might be a little hard to grab, and you can start off with the chords and find the melody as you're sorting out the way to navigate the tune. So here we go. So the melody, I'm going to play it kind of nice and easy going here first. So we're in it's on the low strings, happens a little bit. I'll just play it one time for you, and then we'll break it down a little bit. So give me a little easy going tempo. More time. Oh, that's a pretty melody, and it has some nice G to E minor maneuvers, and it gets to go to an A chord in there, that 2 chord, which stands out quite a bit, and it's a popular tune for a lot of reasons, and it's just fun to play. So let's look at the backup to it for a minute, and then we'll come back around to that melody, kind of break it down, okay? So the backup, really, we're in G, so I'm using that 3rd string is our G note, and we can slide down on the 4th string to that 5th fret. So let's just start out just getting that little slide from 2 to 5 to get used to what that sounds like. Sliding from 2 to 5 on the bass string. So that's kind of gives you a nice, putting a little gravy in there, I like to call it, on the G note. So it starts out G, and you can have that 2nd fret, just getting that sort of the melody there. We're going to go backwards, 5, 4, and 2, and I'm adding that 2nd fret 1st string. You could use your 1st and 2nd finger. 2 and 2 on the outside strings for an E minor chord. And then we're going to go to a C chord, and you can kind of gravitate to the high strings. You can play a 3-finger C chord, has that same E minor chord, adding your 1st finger on the 2nd string. Open G and bar 2. You can bar all the way across. A lot of times if I'm just playing 2 or 3 strings, I'll bar just the first 3 strings, and you get that 3rd string, and then maybe a D or D7. Your D chord looks like on the 3rd string 2, 2nd string 3, 4th string, the 1st string, but you might just play a little D7 chord, which is the 3rd string 2nd fret and the 1st finger on the 2nd string 1st fret. So let me just do that much. So say the tune started da da 5 2 open, slide the 5, and the backup 5 4 E minor, the 2nd 3rd finger, and you can put the 1st finger down C, open G, bar 2 for A, and a D7 chord. Then you can walk back up 5 2 and 5, walking that low bass. 5 4 and 2 E minor, C again, C, G, D7, and you can walk. So the first part I do there, and as I have done in the mandolin, if you've watched that at all, I would change for the 2nd part. So I think I'd go up to the 1st string for that G. A real nice thing about G tuning is you have a low D and a high D. So we could go up to that 5 and 4 and E minor. C chord, then maybe focus on the high strings, maybe just get smaller chords to see what it feels like. The C chord with the first two strings, first fret second, second fret first, and the open G, right? C, G, and you're going to bar that too, just kind of, and you might try the D for something different. Back to the high string, walk down to get the E minor chord, C, maybe the first two strings, and you can maybe slide unison, maybe the third, right, the third fret on the second string, C chord, maybe go up, and this is something we'll use in the melody, going from a small slant C on the first two strings to the 5 and 5 on the first two strings, G, and you might throw a little E minor sound in there, D, and a G. So the second part, first string high, E minor. I'm just thinking of the high string, C, maybe that unison, G, C, open G, bar to A, and a D or D7, up to 5, walking down to that E minor chord, C. It's pretty in its own right, G, C, G, and maybe a little E minor, no D7. And then you go on the low strings, you're ready to start that. Right, so let's try doing the melody here for a minute. And it really, the melody's almost has a nice, gives you the outline for a backup, which is good. Some tunes don't do that as well, but this one really, you can really hear that E minor walk in the melody. And the A major sounds really outlined too in the way the melody climbs up. So let's just do, you'll hear some people do more notes in the flourish, a little pickup, and some less. So we'll go, let's just do a little low string, a little hammer. Or actually, not even do a hammer, let's just kind of pick it as a, let's just find that there, that would be the start of about 1,000 songs, wouldn't it? So the open D string, and the second fret, and the third string, and a brush. So open 2, third string brush, and then we're going to go back down to 2, 2, open, and then we'll put a slide in there. So I'm just making this up as I go, and that's kind of what the banjo player has to do when they're playing with the fiddler anyway. And we're going to pay attention to what the fiddle does when we're with the fiddler, so we'll see how that goes too when that happens. But so I'm doing open 2, 3, brush, 2, open, slide to the 5, and I'm putting a brush there, slide, brush, 5th fret, 4th string. One more time, that's our first phrase. Beautiful, let's try that one more time, a little slower. Here we see, so it comes in on the 1, 2, comes in on the third beat, so I'd have to count, and we're in 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 beats, so I'd go 1, go, slide, brush, slide, 1, here we go, 2, open, slide, 1, go. Now we're going to go, you could slide. The nice thing about the banjo is anywhere you have a tuning checkpoint like that 4th fret on the 3rd string is the 2nd string open. So you could do, our melody note is that 2nd string. So I think what we might do is slide that 3rd string to get banjo-y, and then hit the 2nd string with a hammer. Okay, so slide 3rd string to the 4th fret, hit the 2nd string open and a hammer to the 1st fret. Then we're going to get a drop thumb. It's coming in open 2nd string, and my thumb's dropping. I have a 2nd fret on the 3rd string. As we put the whole phrase together, I think it'll be easier. Let me do the whole phrase I'm aiming for. So I'm going to something what I call the crossover lick, and I'll just demonstrate that one time. I've done it many times, and you'll use this in many songs. And the advantage of the crossover lick, as you may have heard me say before, but don't let that stop you from listening again, is you get 2 notes on 1 string where it's kind of hard to do. It can be even quick. We're going, medium tempo or something here. But so I'm doing the 1st string, I'm sliding the 3rd string, 4th fret. 2nd string, now I'm hitting, this is before the drop thumb happens, open with a hammer. Here comes the lick. So I'm going, here's my lick. Open 2nd string with my index. Thumb gets to 3rd string, and I'm fretting the 2nd fret. Then my index hits, this is the where I call the crossover. Your index hits the same string, the third string, and I'm gonna hit the fifth string as kind of a ghost note. And then we're gonna be down to the E minor. So here's what it sounds like a few times. Hammer, crossover, E minor. Slide the fourth fret, hammer the first fret on the second string, open this, drop thumb, second fret, index, open third, and the E minor. It's easier done than said, I wish, but I'll do it a few more times. So here, let me do up to that point, right? So what we've got so far. 2, open, slide, brush, 5, third strings, hammer, second, crossover, E minor. I'll do it slower. And you could do, the fiddler may go faster on those notes. I'm doing it kind of, you know, separate and just taking up a beat apiece. So that can change depending on the fiddler. Slide the third string to 4. Hammer, crossover, E minor. Good. One more time. Slide, brush, 5, third string, second, hammer, crossover, and that's that drop, thumb, index, E minor chord. Now we have a C chord. You could just do a little C chord there, or you could go to that bar. I like both of those. So you could just play that little small C, the first fret, second string, second fret, first string, and pick the second string. Just do a brush. And kind of the first string twice, then the fifth string, and the first string again. Let's just do that for now. Okay. Then you have, and you can do a unison on the second string. We're getting those slides in, which is great. Slide the second to third fret maybe on the second string. And getting that, and we're going to have, that crossover is going to come up again. Same thing we did before, without the hammer. So listen to that much coming up to the C chord. So a few times on that, the C chord, with featuring that first string twice, first, fifth string, back to that first string with the chord still. Then you have, it's really the melody is, you can hit the first string twice or do the slide to use it. And then we're going to have an A chord. I'll play the whole part. It'll become bar. I'm barring 3 strings. Your melody's featured on that third string twice. And then you hit the 4th fret, keeping the bar on the third string. Then you got the second string. And then you got a D chord. And you could keep an open first string, which is kind of nice. So I've got the D chords, my third string, second fret, and my second string, third fret. So listen to that much, the whole first part for a second. 2, open, slide, slide the third, hammer the second, crossover, E minor, C chord, first string featured, fifth, first, second, and the crossover, bar A up to the D. Then we're going to kind of just fall back to that same phrase. C chord. The second ending is going to be that second fret, third string, first string open, second string open, G. So I'm going to play that again. That's the whole first part. The second part is just a couple of measures and you're back to the first part. So we've almost got the whole melody. And remember, on that C phrase where we're featuring the first string, you could go down and bar the 5th fret and use the second string as your feature note. 2, 2, 1, which is kind of nice. The advantage of doing it there is you could get a little more notes like with a hammer. And a lot of people do that. They'll hit that bar 5 on the first 2 strings. They pick the second string, hammer from 5 to 7 with your third finger on that second string, then hit the first string or the 5th string and the second string again. So you got a little more, you could do that here too. But I think so. Let's just keep in mind if you need that extra flourish, you go up to the bar 5. Right, so here's the whole first part. Crossover, E minor. I'll C. First string crossover bar to A and a D. Back to the start. 2 open slide, 5 low, hammer, crossover, E minor, C chords, right, lower. That's the first part. Beautiful. I think you're grabbing that. The second part goes up, so it's like so it's going to get to that E minor. Let's just do let's use the first string. One of the quandaries of banjo playing is you can do a lot of the melodic phrases about 3 or 4, 5 different ways. So let's just use the first string and do a 2nd fret, hammer to the 4th fret. And you can either hit the 5th string, which would be pretty, or go up to the 5th fret and sound a little different. Let's just use all one string because that's a good thing to be able to do. Get a lot of notes on one string. Hammer from 2 to 4 and scoot to 5. And go back. 4, 2, open, E minor. Try that a few times real slow. Hammer 5, 4, 2, open, E minor. Featuring that first string. Yeah. Then you're just going to be in that C chord. Then you got the C again. Sounds familiar, huh? Then you got that. Get back up in that terry again, E minor, C, C chord, try the howlman. Same as the first part. Second part again, up to 5, 4, 2, E minor, C chord. Pull off. Let's do a pull off there. And slide to that 3rd fret on the 2nd string. So let's try that. Pull off, slide, 2nd string. Yeah, so try that. First phrase on the 2nd part, hammer 2, 4, 5, E minor chord, C chord, with that pull off, slide 2nd to the 3rd fret, and then you're back to regular territory, like the first part. Crossover A up to the D, and the fiddle, you might do more notes. So be ready to try to get more notes. C, pull off, slide 2nd, and you can try that bar 5C with the extra first. Beautiful. So I'm gonna do both parts, and then we'll see what happens. So first part. 1, go. Slide to 3rd, hammer 2nd, crossover, E minor, C chord, featuring the first string. Crossover, bar A, up to D. Do a little more flourish there. E minor, C chord, try the high one if you like. Second part features the first string. E minor, C. Pull off, slide 2. Let's experiment. Try the second part one more time. A little faster. So I think that's a great tune. Sounds great on the banjo by itself, but it sounds even better when you get a fiddler. We might get a fiddler in here. Erynn Marshall may be in the house since we live together. I'm going to see if she can grab her fiddle and jump on in here. We'll wind up with her playing the fiddle, and I'll try to do it on the banjo. And it could work. It's a crazy idea, but it may work. And here's welcome Erynn Marshall here to all you Patreons out there. She's got her old Scottish fiddle, and I've got her banjo. She's got all the good instruments, but she lets me play them, so I'm a lucky guy. So see what happens here. I'll try to hang on there. So thanks for watching this and trying this tune, and keep on picking. Thank you so much for watching there. And isn't that a great tune?
Good playing, y'all.
Yeah, so y'all just trying on all the instruments you got in the house there. We got time to woodshed a bit. And we sure appreciate you tuning in there and supporting us. Thank you so much. Check out the old patreon.com for more videos.